Okay, I think we're going? I think? Yeah. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I'm your delicious and mythical host, GriffinMuffin, and here we are with another night of Pillars of Eternity. Should I update you on things that have happened in the game? Probably. So I've done a lot of the main quests. Not main quests. The side quests for the companions. I know I've done Sagani, Heravius's, and Palagina's quest. And I don't think only 2 companion quests I have left are Durance and Grieving Mother. So that's just a thing of time, basically. I don't know what else
Pardon me, madam.
Oh.
I didn't see you there. My whole right side is sort of a blind spot.
No need to trouble yourself.
Well, I was wondering how long you've been... Oh, forget it. Probably no big deal.
I didn't know Heravius had interactions with Grieving Mother. That was pretty interesting.
Oh?
Anyway, so I feel a bit embarrassed, but I have some things to do. Like, I have Durance's quest. I have the Endless Paths. That quest is too hard. That's Grieving Mother. Yenwood. Champion of Berith. Return to Raedric. Oh, this is Zombie Raedric, which I'm not ready for. And I don't know what I'm going to do here, because this could be a part of the serving the gods thing. I do have this. So let's do that. This is something. So
Yes.
if you're not caught up, I'm now in the Twin Elms. Well, Airglanfath, basically. I think this area is sort of cold. So yeah, just doing that. Doing these quests and stuff like that. And I'm thinking of doing the White March, which is the expansion for Pillars of Eternity. But one thing is, I kind of want to wait until Novum is online and be like, look, I'm doing White March and everything. We'll see how that goes. Because he's been saying subtly suggesting to me that, like, oh yeah, you should play White March, so I think he'd be happy to hear that I'm considering playing it. Mainly because the lockdown in Melbourne has been extended, so I will be kind of spending my nights more doing this sort of stuff. So, well, why not? You know? I mean, like, the video will be delayed as a result, so might as well do that. Oh, someone leveled. Hey there. What can you do, mate? Let's get you to do that. Oh dear, he doesn't have... Have we gotten all of his fighter stuff? What are we gonna give him then? Outlander's Frenzy, maybe? 10 deflection. Health and endurance concealed for 12 seconds. That might be good. I'm thinking some of the other things might be good as well. So he's Soldier. Pike, War, Arc... No. Saber, Stiletto. So that could be good. But 6+ accuracy is... It's not really worth an entire... thing to... As if, like, if he used both a saber and a blunderbuss or a pistol, then it'd be like, okay, maybe, but I don't know if I can really justify that for him. And plus, I've already gotten one from here. Utility. Fast runner, deep pockets, arms bearer, spirit of decay. He doesn't really suit a lot of this stuff. So I think I might have to do something from here. But not a lot of it fits. Oh, he can give out a friendly aura of +4 accuracy to everyone, or we can do Outlander's Frenzy. It lowers his deflection, conceals endurance. That's a tough one. What's this offensive stuff like? Envenom Strike, Savage Attack, Oh, it's a modal. It's like you can turn it on or off by attacking with unbridled ferocity. I don't want to sacrifice accuracy because he needs that. He needs that to be able to tank properly. Okay, you can give him +2. That might be interesting to give him interrupting. Interrupting would definitely be good for him. Again, I don't know if it's really worth it. All attacks at enemies with low endurance convert some hits into crits, and those crits do additional damage. Passive. Again, he's not really that sort of thing. Tell you what, I can retrain him, so let's just do Outlander's Frenzy. Let's do it.
Oh?
Alright. This will certainly be interesting. Alright, so we gotta find Rila, I think her name is. Alwa. Way off. Apparently she's somewhere in here. She walked in here to investigate these people, the Pale Elves, and she has to come out. So everyone's people. I think it's her sister. It's a little bit worried, understandably. So let's have a look around. You try to approach certain areas, and they go, "Halt! Who goes there?" Basically, you have violated the law. I have to wait until no one is in the room. This person's just admiring the altar there. Just waiting for him to leave the room.
Sharpa, I can get it to spill its secrets.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Nope, no problem. That's not good. Sounds like Kiki is somewhere out there.
Certainly.
We'll do the freaking level again with him. So survival, and we'll give him the Outlander's Frenzy again. I think I'll save after that. I only had Sagani. Sagani has like a really good stealth. She had really good stealth. Alas.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta get these guys.
Hey.
Oh?
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Get out of there. Oh. Whoops. I kind of forgot about how he could still see me. Oh, I should probably get some sort of stealth thing to help. See if anything's in my inventory.
Yes.
Cool. Let's get back over there again. I'll save outside of the room this time. He's just left, so we have a chance. Save.
Oh?
Check the inventory. So, what can we have? Might have a stealth thing and potion, or maybe Eldritch Aim, Bulwark, White Leaf. Ooh, Focus Gain. Made from the sacred and uncommon plant that grows deep in Eglanfath, Caro Golan is the name given to the mixture. Tends to raise awareness of people in their -4 intellect though is not good. Like Scions, ciphers need intellect, so I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. Let's have a look. Spirits, I don't see anything that can really displaced image. Not deflection. Yeah, just gonna have to deal with it. Go.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Sneaky sneak. Uh-oh. This is not good.
Now here's something.
Ooh. 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 Risk it. Oh yeah. Ooh. This could be good.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Let's have a
It's
look.
done.
Oh, this looks pretty prisoner. What? Please take me. My eyes mistook you for one of them. Please get me out of here. What happened to you? When Noonfrost began freezing the lake, my sister Lara sent me to seek you out. Seek out the cause. The Pale Elf Estramoran seized me before I could report back. These Pale Elves are behind it. They showed up in the Twin Elves not long ago saying they wanted to see the upkeep of Noonfrost. I don't know how, but they opened the Frosthoon breach at the back of the temple, sucks warmth and life straight into their frozen god's barren domain. They've got to be stopped. It's only a matter of time before the cold spreads further. It isn't safe here. Wait until they cleared the path. So, are they attacking? Oh. Alright, I'm not gonna go back. This happened.
You're...
That's it!
So when Alex comes by, it's like, oh, what's going on here? You might need to actually... You need to probably go...
Need
go
some?
nuts as well to take out this guy. This is tough.
I'll tinker with that. What could go wrong?
No, don't tinker with that. What are you doing?
Hey.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I blame your age.
Come on.
That's not very helpful.
Once again.
Hey.
Oh, what's he doing?
This one repels my touch.
Okay. Hopefully no one else is angry at me.
Oh?
Oh. I'll let her keep that dagger. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Let's see if anyone else is angry at me. Yep, they're all angry at me. Oh, this is happening.
This ends here.
Yep, go after him. Go after him. Let's get some interesting stuff going with combat. Oh, did that not work? There we go. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Never actually said that sincerely in my life. Alright, stop.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Certainly.
Oh no, it hit the other guy, so it's gonna run around and attack. Oh, that means it's clear. It means I can actually join the fight. Oh, he's running around like, I'm gonna do that to them. So just stand up for a bit. Malediction.
Lava.
Did that miss them? It did.
This one repels my
Join arms! Defend the breach! Oh no. This is not turning out well. Don't worry guys, I'm here. dominate you. Get you on our side. Don't keep attacking him.
Your thought. This one repels my touch.
That's it!
Let's get you down. Don't need healing just yet. Maybe just smash. Oh. Oh dear. Attack. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Seriously.
Attack!
Paralyzing and like, what's the word? Is it paralyze? Yeah, paralyzing opponents is like some of the best CC in this game.
My mind feels.
I bring.
Ooh. That did not look good for him. Alright, I don't need to heal.
Your thoughts must be
Let's do
indeed.
Join arms!
oh, you're getting freaking well done.
This one repels.
For another time.
Mowing.
I need to do another ability. Ooh. Durance, you going okay there, man? You wanna maybe help yourself out a bit? Let's do the defense thing.
Breathe.
Can you take him out of the picture? He's hurting us. Why are you taking so long to cast the spell? Durance is going to die. And he's dead.
Lava will be on sea.
This one repels my touch.
No, things from our side. Let's do something else for you. Let's do the psychic scream.
This one repels my touch.
That's it!
Yeah, missed.
Yes.
Guess we have to wait to recover for that. I didn't want to kill the whole place. I feel like I could have done this better. But even for a safe scummer like me, I was just like, I didn't want to keep on going, oh no, oh no. I don't want to kill these people. Alright, we good to go?
Hmm?
Oh, there's a big bunch of them out here though. Oh man. Okay. I'm dealing with paladins and stuff, so I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna rest up. Let's do damage reduction. It definitely is. Yeah, cool. Alright.
Oh.
I love how we slept in the middle of their temple. Yeah, they're all angry at me. Quick.
Join arms!
Get that going. screen again, and mind wave. Ooh, I'm getting wailed on. Attack him prone again. Actually, no. Endurance. Time to heal up, buddy.
What?
Ooh, that does nothing now. Okay then. Finish this one off. He has resistance to everything, that's right. Alright. Now we can actually steal from this place, because they're already angry at me anyway. I wonder if doing anything in this temple will do anything with the Beast of Winter DLC in Deadfire.
Certainly.
That'd be interesting. Oh, here we go. Yep, there we go. That sorcerer is pissed at me. Oh, they're super angry. There's a whole bunch. They're so angry. Okay, fireballs.
Yes.
You get in there, just block them off at the thing. Oh, what have they done to... They slowed me, huh? I don't want to try and brainwash any of them, because that would be a problem, I think. What? Oh, that can confuse me. Are you serious? I have to be careful with what I actually do. All of us are confused except for GriffinMuffin. This is not good. Oh, am I back in the fight? I'm back in the fight.
Yes.
Death, take you!
Get out of the confused state, you bastards. Get unconfused. Thank you. Or I could do ringleader. That'll be interesting. This is tight. Got him. Did that work though? Are you still trying to cast a spell? I can't tell if she's casting. Are you stuck? I think it worked. Yeah, there's a few that they're all boggled. Cool. So now, one mode. Need you there. You need to heal people. Who are you attacking? This guy. cloud. Where's the cloud? Oh. That did the trick. Let's do the Moonwell.
Join us!
Oh, that got him. Gang up this one.
Certainly.
It's safe in here. Oop, that's another hostile. Good. Oh, hi there.
Need something? Off you!
Yes.
Now I can tell her that it's safe to leave. I like how I'm getting all the fine, all the higher level gear, because now I can start selling it and making it mint. Okay, it's safe to go now. Actually, let's save first. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say that that this is now what's happened. I killed a whole bunch of people in this temple. Make a run, go for it. Make an extra more and be careful. Where's she leaving? She can't go on the way I think she's gonna go? She better. Lady, you're running too fast. I want to make sure you live. She gonna live? She made it. Alright, now I can go back to Lara, I think her name is, and be like, hey, I saved your sister. I don't know what they're going to do about the breach. Do I have to go back and close it? Oh, Awa. Feels like I've been reborn. Come by the moor sometime. The rest of the Fangs will want to meet the cunning Estremor who freed me.
Oh?
I have to go see Sarah. I think she's in the moor as well. The last time I played this, I was really on Gallowayne's sort of... I really liked Gallowayne with the last character I played. This time though, I think I'm more of a wild sort of character, I think. I don't know, I haven't thought much on what god I'm gonna pray to be like, hey, make sure I don't die when I jump down this cliff. Well, this pit, I should say. Let's see if there's been any, yeah. Where is she? She's somewhere in here, I think. Yeah, Lara. There she is. I found Awa. Your own eyes? Have you seen her? I freed her from Noonfrost. She's just enjoying the fresh air before she returns. You've accomplished a great service for the Fangs and for me. I was wrong about you, Estremor. I did not see you truly. Please accept a gift. I don't think I did this quest last time.
Builder's wisdom to you.
You're always welcome here, Carre. Is it Carre? I think it's Carre if it's Welsh. I'll talk to... how are you? Whole and well, thanks to you. Well, that Lara's given me a chance to rest. My sister makes me earn my keep around here. Teach me what you know, as long as you can keep up. Blooded Hunter. Maybe I did do this quest before, I remember this. Blooded Hunter to do. self. 1 damage reduction and plus stealth. I think I have done this quest before,
Oh.
actually, because I remember getting the stealth with my last character and be like, oh yeah, that's what I want. Need that for my rogue character. I was actually pretty surprised that there's no rogue NPCs, but apparently the rogue NPC is in White March. So that's why I'm like really egging towards possibly doing White March later. Well, maybe even this session, we'll see. But do I have a quest to stop the thing happening? Sacrificial bloodlines. Oh, that quest I just got. I'm not sure about that. The nest above the clouds.
Oh?
I wonder if we should go deeper into the Noonfrost. That'd be pretty interesting. Maybe I do need to shut down this cold thing that's happening. I have 1 camping thing left. That's never good.
It's done.
See what else I can do. That sounds like another door opening. Just got my lockpicks back. That's awesome. Looks like another one I need to
I shall make it so. It's done.
Ooh, hello there.
I can get it to spill.
It's done.
secrets.
White crystal key. That seems important. Ooh, a bonus to sneak, I imagine. Yeah, this is the crystal key thing. Ooh, what is all this?
Now here's something.
Oh, there's a person there. Windwalker. Ooh. I'll be taking that. Yeah, okay. I'm getting my buddies and we're gonna stop this. I'm going to meddle. It is meddling time.
Hey.
Let's go, everyone. Aw, man, Rubmagon's not gonna like me in the expansion. Yep.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Actually, I don't know if I should do this.
Pay attention.
Because, this means that, I'm gonna have a really hard time talking to Rubmagon. I don't know if this like
Yes.
Anyway, alright. I was gonna go in there,
Yes.
wait for this thing to recover. I'm going in. Vazval. As you near the platform, the temperature drops sharply. Something saps every last bit of warmth from the air, leaving the breath of your lungs cold as it escapes your lips. You see a doorway filled with glowing ice. Silhouetted against it is an elven man, his arms outstretched.
Gods, it's gotten hard to concentrate. You shouldn't be here, traveler. And the others of my clan won't be so lenient if they find you sneaking around.
True, I've killed a whole bunch of them. I'm sorry. What's going on here? We're reaching out to Rimagond, the last way we know how. Please, I must concentrate. I'll go then. Sorry to have disturbed you. Hang on, guys. Just gonna have a look here. See what this is all about. A pedestal of black ice rises from the floor. Long, finger-like ice crystals, as hard as clear and clear as diamond, surround and pierce the altar. A hole has been gouged out of the middle of the altar, though it can't be more than a few inches deep. It sucks at the air around you. Gleaming wall of ice seems to leach all the warmth. Can I talk to you again?
Yes.
So I have the option to go back and destroy them. So I'm going to leave it like that, just in case, like, Rimagond's like, oh yeah, could you kill those people trying to summon me? They're annoying or some shit. So I think we reached a good point. And until I get a quest that says, no, go get rid of them, they're pretty annoying. So, I want to explore. I've explored a large chunk of this place. I kind of want to go in here though. I doubt there's any good loot around here, so I think I'm just going to leave. Too long fast move. So this is the thing, I'm now reaching this point in the game where I'm like running out of things to do, so I'm thinking of just going to White March. Because I don't want to end the game too quickly, because I know there's like way more, and I can't see myself in the next few years like really getting back into Pillars and doing White March, so I might as well just go do it, right? I know there's no one on at this time, but still. I also have this quest I should solve. Simic's son, Lyris, confronted me about his father's plan and asked me to poison Simic instead. I can obtain a suitable poison from Bleda, or the Ovits. See, this is the quest that's popped up recently for me. It's interesting in terms of the narrative, like some of the sort of quests that pop up in Pillars quite a bit is all this stuff to do with like, oh, choosing lesser evils and all this sort of stuff, or like moral ambivalence of like, kill the child or kill the older guy, you know? Is it really the lesser evil, like, you know, deciding who, like, is a life just taking a life anyway, and there's no real, there's no greater or lesser evil? I mean, like, if Geralt was here, he would say evil is evil, so, you know. Let's go see Valetta. I think if I'm going to have to resolve that quest, it will be that, taking Simic's life. So I'll go to Elm's Reach. Yes. So Novum actually replied to my tweet before about if we should go to White March, and I think I might. So let's do this quest first, and then we'll go to White March. Which is a shame, because not a lot of people are on. So I have heard that you made certain poisons. Poisons? I only deal in tonics that heal and enlighten. She exhales a puff of smoke. Of course, many beneficial substances can be harmful when taken in great quantities, but that's just Waretha's way of keeping all things in balance. Really? What kind of substances? Oh, there's plenty. Concentrated Caro Galan, undistilled spider venom, rotten blood moss extract, cave coral mixed with skein bone. Ooh, so I have to pick what poison. I'd like some concentrated Caro Galon. Golaine. What would you want with something like that? Shrug. Well, my friend Stelgar is dying, and he wants to ease the creature's passing. Poor thing. Here, take this. It works slowly, but this will send him back to the cycle kindly enough to see that it doesn't get misplaced. Half that dose will kill an Amala. Was there anything else I could do? She gives you
Oh?
She gives you Vithrak brains, which allow you to upgrade your shit. So she's pretty useful. So I can go to this place. Let's quick save. Because again, if like this is like a really bad thing, then yeah, I just cannot like. So part of this quest is that this tribe elder is like, oh, I haven't found anyone suitable enough to take my place because it's not hereditary in their society. It's all about the stronger soul. And he's like, I haven't found anyone with a strong enough soul yet to take my place. And he says, but I have now. And it's this like Orlan child. And he says, oh, go kill the Orlan child and give me her essence, and I'll be able to live forever, basically, in this form. And I'm just like, what? No, I'm not gonna kill an Orlan child just so you can rule your tribe longer. That's ridiculous. And then this guy came up and he's like, by the way, oh, here he is. Do what's right, Estremor. I'm counting on you.
Oh?
I just want to know that we're counting on you. All right. Yeah, let's do it, Simic. Give Simic the poison. Here's the potion you asked for. Something's wrong. What are you trying to give me? This is the distilled essence, really. That didn't work. What? I don't have any of the requirements to make it work? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be that easy. I thought there would be like something to pass with. I'll look it up quickly. Let's do Simic. Sacrificial bloodlines. Here we go. Okay. Kidnap, sacrifice the baby, poison Simic. Clef. To do so, go to the Golden Grove. With 19 or intellect 19, you can persuade him to drink it, but after that you need either 20 or perception 19 to avoid him attacking you. Poison Simic, keep the baby. First to do to help Simic, and attempt to leave, also agree to help Lyris. Go to the Golden Grove. Ask Bled a flask of poison. It is irrelevant what kind of poison you choose. Go to Halfsong District with the rusty key and got from Simic. Take the baby from... Oh, this is how you get the child! Oh, I gotta tell my wife, because when she played, she got the child.
Yes.
This is how you get the child! So we're gonna go get the child, because I want a child in the next game. If you save the child here, you will get the child in the next game. Yeah, I'm getting the baby girl. That's awesome. Because I remember when my wife told me about this, she was like, oh, you get a child. I'm like, how the fuck? Where'd you get a child? But I never did this quest in the first playthrough, so yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I should probably swap back to live streaming just in case. Hey, here we go. You just hopped on. I always just murder everyone inside. They ask you to kill the baby or something, and I just kill them all. Fair enough, Novum. Fair enough. Good to see you as well. I'm glad that you're here because by the way, yeah, I know like there's nothing that really says that on the wiki. It doesn't say a lot about like, oh, like you really change anything. It just says like, oh, no, in the journal, end states. Yeah, there's end states for this. So it definitely... Is it played out in the ending? It looks like it is. Poison Simic. I meant in the second game, the baby gets exactly one line of voice dialogue in the entire game. Yeah, I do know that because my wife showed me it. But I don't know, it's still cool that the child's there. I like it. I think, is it this house? I think it is. Rusty key. So I'm gonna save that goddamn baby. That's what I'm gonna do. I loved how like the tribe leader was just like, oh, by the way, just go kill this kid and we'll be cool. Take it back. No, I won't be doing that. Yeah, it feels like a bit of an afterthought, doesn't it? They were kind of like, oh yeah, remember when we did that quest when someone saves a kid? Oh yeah, we did do that quest. We're gonna have any repercussions from that in the second game? Yeah, throw it in. Oh, someone stopped me. Oh hey, Sink, how you going? I knew my father was a soulless beast, but you, I'd hope you choose differently. I'm keeping this baby. Watcher, what do you intend? I wish you a family of your own one day, but she needs the safety of Hearth, not the hazards of our path. By the builders, how do you expect to take care of this child? Oh dear. Nah, that's not happening. I'll give the baby up. I'll be like, here, take it to someplace safe. Because I think Simic is in the wrong here, so... And if the baby stays around, then the baby stays. Ah, good to hear. Sink. I have Red Bull. Yep. Take it to somewhere place safe. Not a chance, that's true. So no matter what, they're gonna attack me.
Fight for the baby.
Fight for the baby, you reckon?
Fight for the baby.
Okay, I guess this guy's not gonna be the guy that takes over Simic. So I guess it's okay. I feel really bad. Like I'm really fucking up the 3-dust Stelgar here. No wonder the people, no wonder the Glanfathans hate Estramoran. Didn't look like that because the other options were do your worst or you have to fight me for it or something like that. So that's the way it is.
Hey.
Let's dominate a couple of these guys. Oh. What's happened here? What is happening to you, Adair? You getting a bit funky there? Let's do a Moonwell thing. Is this some sort of... There's a gusty thing. What? Seriously, Adair, what is happening to you, Adair? You just fly across the fucking room. That's funny, Nova. You just killed everyone and like, cheers, man. The fuck are you? Oh, that's hilarious. funny how in some quests and RPGs they just kind of happen like that. Like just random shit occurs. I do like it when games like acknowledge that crap, and it's like you do things in advance, and they're just like, oh, cheers for that. What is happening? Let's do lava. Yeah, but he was going like boom, 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 like constantly being thrown back. That was very strange. Have I got enough to do Psychic Scream? It doesn't connect too well. Great, now Ed is injured. Fuck's sake. Do I have that thing? What's he actually taken over with? He's charmed, so I have to wait. I don't have a spell for that, I think. Sicken, weak. I think I'm gonna need that, so let's do it. Smack him. What can you do? Let's see the fountain. This dude is like dominated for another 6 seconds. Pretty decent. Come on, heal yourself. I have to heal my the 3 Tusk Warrior. I have charmed. Oof. You're not doing too hot. And Ed is still fucking charmed for another 6 seconds? Are you serious? Oh, Firebug. That's a good spell. Ooh, they are gonna knock him out.
Lava.
There we go. Ooh. Durance is not looking good. Yeah, Suppress Affliction. Thank you for reminding me. I do sometimes forget that spell. Sometimes is an understatement. Man, these guys are tough. Alright, cool. Sea of Horrors. Was it Sea of Horrors? Secret Horrors, my bad. Target. Let's do that. I can't. Can I cast Withdraw on himself though? I don't think I can. I've tried that a couple times. Let me try it now. Oh, I can cast it on myself. That is more important. He's out. Cool. So thank you for that. Ooh, he's going to toe with him, huh? Yeah. Now's a good time. But you sound way quieter than the game. There we go. I have upped the mic, and I'm turning down this. There we go. Hope people have been hearing me all right. I know, one time I started streaming and I was like 10 minutes in and someone was like, by the way, I can't hear you at all. So, luckily it's not like that this time, but still. Immune to what? Alright, she's got some stuff to... Mind lance that bitch. It was you, Sundered Blitz. Got the staghorn going again.
Certainly.
Come on, get in there. You two, let's go. What achievement? Oh, she's been charmed. Come on, die already, you bastard. But when did Durance die? Okay, we need to rest now. Durance is about to die. He has 1 HP left. Luckily, we're right next to the inn. Come on, Durance. What's that? Maimed. Yeah, 15. Minus 15 all defenses. That's crazy. Yeah, so as I was saying a bit earlier, before people started hopping on, I think we'll go to White March, because I'm starting to run out of things to do without advancing the main story. And as I also mentioned earlier, since I'm going to be in lockdown a bit more, I might as well, you know, play a bit more Pillars, and like I don't see myself playing Pillars of Eternity again to do the DLC, so I might as well just do it now. What am I really missing out on? Am I right? Constitution. Okay,
Oh,
Durance is happy now. He's all saved. He's...
certainly.
There we go. As you can see, I've kind of changed up the party a little bit. So, Grieving Mother's now got some different gear. She's got a robe. The intellect helps. She's got a dagger. I read up on Scions. And like Scions, ciphers. Sorry, the things cross over my head. Yeah, that's the thing. Was Durance ever happy? I don't know. So I've gotten her a wand because apparently they need fast weapons to gain their what would you call it? Resource faster. I've enchanted Whispers of Yenwood, so that's pretty decent. As I thought I did. It's exceptional. Okay, cool. So it's still all right. Yeah, that's the thing. But I always think of ciphers as scions, like from like pop culture and stuff. So yeah. So I need intellect 19 or intellect 19 or resolve 19 to be able to actually poison him. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. So my resolve is pretty high. So I have the resting bonus from that. I don't think I have anything else that really amps up my resolve, though. Maybe a cape? Let's see if a cape does it. Who has a resolve thing? That has resolve. That's healing. Constitutions. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something that ups my resolve. That's true. It's mainly for dialogue. I'm just trying to see if I can find something that will... Alright, so that's resolve 1. Does it... I still have... Oh. Right, you only benefit from your highest thing? Okay. That sucks. That means I need maybe intellect. Intellect's too low. What bonuses? I have no bonuses though. So maybe if I could get something like that really bumps up my intellect, I can get away with that. Intellect 1. Maybe I should just enchant my armor. It's here. I can do it through there. Is this enchanted with... oh yeah, weapons don't have that. Only armor does. What armor can I pick up? I don't want to get too crazy with this. I just want to try to pick up something and... yeah. Food might ignore that. Let's have a look at food. -4 intellect. That's might. Meat. Nope. Oil. Rice. Ripple sponge. -4 resolve, huh? Fish. Nah. It's not looking good. Not looking good, everyone. Sugar. 1 move speed. That's brilliant. This is tough. Yeah, I might go to the vendor.
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to get this quest done before we head off to White March, I reckon.
Good day, stranger.
I like to hire on some help. Let's go for the room. Ixometal rice pan. Constitution. Might. Might again. Rawatai sweet pie. And that's it. I need to grab some supplies. Do that. Okay, I'll check crafting. I don't think I've really had to... there it is. Food. Casita casserole. Brilliant. 2 intellect, and I can make it. Let's check if there's anything better, though. So I can actually make a food that will buff my intellect for X amount of time by 2. But I need another 2 thing to buff that. Okay. What we're going to do... well, we killed Laris or whatever his name is, so let's save.
Welcome.
Leave. Forgot. It's in the crafting menu. Let's do Casita casserole. That sounds delicious. Did you know that in they did a Pillars of Eternity cookbook? Apparently some of the backers got it, but my wife either messaged them on something or whatever, and they gave her one. And we have one in our kitchen actually. I actually cooked a couple of them. They're all right. Yep. So 2 intellect. Cool. Now. I think... yeah, alright. Let's do it. Intellect 2. Ooh, it gets rid of a diamond. That's rough. I'm doing it. No, far from it. I got very full and couldn't move. Okay, so... I'll put that in my... swap that out. I have so much crap in my inventory. Git. Actually, shift. Not the necklace. What have I done? Get this shit. Fuck out of my inventory. There we go. Oh, more hide armor.
Yes.
Alright. Let's see if this works. Place what? You can also just place directly onto your character in the menu. You mean like the quick slots? Because I have it there. Yeah, let's get to get to, what's it called? Twin Elms. Yeah, it's good to have you guys on. I hope you all have been well, considering the circumstances of the world. But yeah, looking forward to going to White March tonight. Oh, right, yeah. So I'm gonna go in there. Oh, stuff's done. Oh, I got that. Cool. Oh, I haven't checked in with my building recently. What could be next? I think I've gotten everything necessary for doing the Yenwood quest. But I'm wondering what else I should get. I think I might go for the merchant stalls. So I can sell shit. Like, just drop all my junk onto them. Okay. Let's go. I won't quick save because I've saved back there. With the whole enchanting and stuff. So if it doesn't work, then I don't want to have wasted a diamond for nothing. So. Alright, let's go. Let's do this.
Yes.
Here's the potion you asked for. You're being paranoid because you're nervous about the deed. It's natural. I didn't! I swear! Oh, they all... Regardless. Ah, that's right, because there's something else I need to do. What is it? So, you poison him, and you need... Resolve at Intellect 19, and then you either need Perception or Resolve 20 to avoid him from attacking you. My Perception is pretty high. No, it's not. It's really low. That was for nothing. That was all for nothing! I might as well just roll with this and just... I think what I'm going to do, I'll reload it. And I won't bother enchanting and everything. I'll just go in there and be like, here's some poison. It's poison! Yeah, it's poison. And just having them attack me.
Certainly.
To which point? What is the Cadno is the one that gives you bounties because they're worth XP and money? Oh yeah, that's true. I remember like late in the game when I played this before, like the bounties thing was the only thing I was doing to just kind of keep up to date and get all of my money so I can start buying some stuff to prepare for the end game. But who knows? Probably going to White March would probably be a lot funner and better. I also don't know who I'm going to swap out when I go to White March. Because, I need Durance, Healer. Grieving Mother, I need to do her quest. Haravius is done, but... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you raise a good point, Novum. Because I really don't want to, like, kill the entire fucking group of people in there. Otherwise it just feels like this nothing good has happened, basically. Yeah, I don't know what drugs give you so much resolve though. My resolve is what? It's like 17. Human, Adir, sorry. Celestial, that's the bonus. Seryl's ring. So I just need 2 resolve, but I need 20 to make sure this all works. Let's have a look. Can't do any necklace crap because it will replace something. What's Vev do? No, it's not Vev. White leaf. Nope. Minus resolve. That's not what I need. Svev, what do you do? Minus for resolve. That's again not what I need. This one. This one gives me focus gain, which is pretty cool, but I don't want to get addicted to drugs. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this quest.
Yes.
And I'm just going to focus on going to White March. So, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go. Go to the thing. Come on. There we go. Here we go. I wonder if there's a little thing. Ooh, hello. Starwood Village. It would take you 2 days to reach Elm's Reach from Starwood. Yep. Your party is considered high level for the White March content. If you would like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty to give you more of a challenge. The rewards you receive will be the same regardless of the option you choose. Your choice cannot be changed once it has been selected. Standard. I don't want to do that. $10, I think.
You
Level
set
10.
out for Stalwart. The White March rises up in the distance, stretching to the north and south as far as the eye can see. It beckons to you with peaks like broken fingers. The road thins to a tattered ribbon, and the shadow of the mountains falls across your path. You've barely begun your climb when the darkening sky pummels you with hailstones and turns the ground beneath you to ice. You press on. The air grows thin, and the treacherous mountain passes funnel screeching winds past your ears. A blizzard forces you to make camp for 3 days, huddling for safety while snow piles around your refuge. At last the weather clears, and you approach Stalwart under a crisp blue sky. There's a noise, high and sharp, coming from the village that sounds at first like another frozen gale. But when you top the rise and reach the village's wooden gates, you see what lies beyond them.
Noise.
It's Darthier, with a whole pack of them!
We can take these bastards!
I'm here to help. Was that a cannon? It is a cannon. Okay. I was not prepared for this. Oh, you like the PoE narrator? This one, the first one over the second one. Or am I understanding that different? Did you know that the voice actor for the narrator in the second game is actually Terra from Teen Titans? Oh, he's mind controlled.
Yeah? What?
Your thoughts.
That's it!
Oh, they're all friendly. There we go. It's like the one problem I have with the one that Alof has is like sometimes it just inconveniently makes people friendly. There is definitely more gravitas. That's true.
Certainly.
But I reckon the way that she
Look
kinda-
out! More of them by the fishery!
Ever since Name of the Wind, I now hear the word fishery as something different. Because in that world, fishery is short for artificery. Let's do. Ooh, we've got a chanter coming in. I've got plenty of stuff to do, so... Can I detonate anyone? Nah, they're not on close enough damage. That's a giant wolf. Whoa. Ooh. Let's do these. What happened there? Oh, that's what happened. Oh my god.
down the hairy fella.
Go toe to toe with this one. Go for it. Actually, I think I might be able to kill it right here. Some more spells. More dots. More dots. Oh, my character's out. I know, right? It was just that Winter's Blast that really got me. But Durance, you can res people now, can't you? Can you do it, please? Where's my... There it is. Donate the wolf.
Hey.
There we go, that'll do it. Come on, Ed. And we're up. Oh, and now's a good time to heal. Seriously? There we go. Oh, he's fucking enchanted as well. Just when they got the whole team back together, they're like, oh, I'm on your side now. Fuck's sake. Oh dear. Durance! Heal yourself. Knock the wolf down. Stab the wolf. Oh, you got 91 things to do, girl. Let's do something. Poor papa.
Certainly.
Let's get going. Maybe we can save some people.
We need help! This way! Stand fast! Reinforcements are here!
That's right. I am totally here to help you. Alright,
Run! They'll kill us!
that's what you think. I want to try out this new spell I got. Let's do a whole bunch of spells. See how this goes.
Something?
Have they ganged up all on Ed? Oh no.
What?
Malediction. Oh, Firebug. Do it. Berserker! Yeah, get the cannoneer on our side. There we go. I do like having two ciphers in the party, definitely. It's been really fun.
I think we're the... Rock!
Your Your thoughts must be indeed.
Yep, you're at 91 again. I wonder how they're going to be in number 2. Like, I didn't play a Cypher in number 2. Although I had Seraphim in the second one for, like, the entire game. Like, I never swapped him out. He was just too essential. Oh, he has, Berserker now. He has the Berserker's Rage. That's why his, portrait was all flamey.
Oh?
Let's do Psycho Vampiric. Barbarian?
Yes.
That's so strange. Oop, there's another one. Let's get into it. Go, go, Haravius. He turned into a wall. He turned into a thing, then changed back. That was weird. Did I just double click it? Yeah, a rogue or a fighter, maybe? I can't imagine why they pick him a barbarian.
Oh?
So how is everyone today? I hope
Certainly.
this is actually pretty cool for me, like going through White March, like, you know, never seen it, so it's gonna be some fun times are ahead. Get into position, you fools. Oh no. We're out of formation! There we go. What just happened? Oh, we're getting surrounded. This is not good. Oh yeah, Constantine, yeah. Vaguely remember him from the last game. From number 2, I mean. Need to do some AoE shit. Don't chase the wolf. Been well this shit.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, that's a problem. Those cannoneers are going to be a huge problem. There we go. Heals up. Darn. Stay alive. Alright, good. Gotta get this guy to pay attention to me, or at least turn him over to my side. That will help. There we go. Okay, me and you gotta take care of these guys. You run over there as well.
What?
Advance!
Yeah.
Knock him down. Do that. What can you do? Let's do that. I think I'll need that for later. Give ourselves a little blessing. No. Might hit my recently. Oh, yeah, firewall would be perfect. Thank you. Come on, get it straight. Fucking. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, the war leader's standing in the fire as well. This is brilliant. Oh yes. He didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Those weren't doing anything for a while. Oh, stay on the fire, stay on the fire. Brilliant. And block the rage. And ignite. This is going really well. Interdiction. Let's do something for you. Summer Flame. Oh, you need to get your focus on it. Fuck, he's already dead. Don't stand in the fire again! Oh, wicked. I'll just spam this. Oh, he turned into a friend. Oh, he's still in? Yes! This is very satisfying. What else can we do for him? A recall agony. Yes! Yes! Has he got recall agony? Did it work? I don't know if it worked. We're gonna try it again though. Because he got all this fucking focus to spare. Alright, the fire's gone. Run in there. Nearly gone. Not running anywhere. Where are you going? We did it. We did it, everyone.
Oh.
Thank you for all your encouragement.
Back to the matron now.
Oh, cheers, guys. You're the one Renan Guild sent for. She wants to speak with you. Her house is just up this way. Pack's next to the Graf's Rest. Graf's Rest? I know, right? I used to use Firewall all the time, but I just guess I kind of forgot about it. Messenger pants, waving smoke away from his face.
Katie's house is burning. Hurry, they're both
Yes.
in there.
Oh, they really added some stuff to the like they're running around.
Help! The hut's coming down.
I can save people from a fire. Hell yeah. The roof on this hut is almost entirely enveloped in flames, lighting the snow in stark orange hues. Several beams have been reduced to ember-dotted husks. Through the hut's threshold you can see only billowing smoke. Fire roars as it climbs the timbers. The air feels thick and hot and the building's a maze of flame. Withstanding the smoke and navigating the fire will be a challenge. Said Adair. Adair leaps over the burning threshold, plunging out of sight behind the wall of smoke. Inside the house, fire has pitted the walls and beams, and a thick haze rolls through the building. It is hard to see even A few feet ahead, save for the occasional glimpse of glowing embers, crouched down to avoid smoke. Adair moves forward, through a haze of heat and soot. The heart groans and shifts as the blaze grows. With a mighty groan, the burning beam comes down. Caught off guard, Adair is pinned beneath the heavy log. Call for help, do nothing. Push the beam away. Even reeling from the impact, Adair is still able to heave the debris away with relative ease. Adair gets back up, with a little winded from the ordeal. Players, send Adair. Anything to do with any physical activity, it's just like, Adair, do your thing. Be the strong farm boy. A sudden flashover singes Adair's arms. It doesn't stop Adair, but the pain steadily grows. Pressing forward, Adair comes at last to a wider room. To the left is a man, the source of the faint cries for help. He stands trapped beneath a curtain of flame, arms raised up to ward off the heat. It may be impossible to reach him without quenching the fires first. To the right, a woman lies unconscious beneath what appears to have once been a roof. She's small, but the rumbling rubble trapping her looks heavy. Smoke winds its way up and out into the open air, obscuring all sight of the outside. Stop and examine the right. This woman is trapped beneath a considerable amount of rubble. A purpling bruise on her temple suggests she was struck by falling debris. Try to lift the rubble off the woman. The crossbeam has provided the woman with some protection against the scattered debris that fell alongside it, but the beam itself is not weighted down. Adair grips the end of the beam and using every ounce of his strength, strains to lift it clear. The beam, keep trying. Beam rises by slow degrees. With one great and final effort, Adair heaves the last of the rubble clear of the woman. Though still unconscious, the woman is free off the rubble. She can now be moved. Carry the woman out. The woman is of a slight frame, and carrying her provides easier from the rubble. Adair hoists her carefully onto his shoulder. Turn away to help the man. Turn away. This is going to be difficult. Because what if I stuff it all up by trying to help both of them? Turn away to help the man. Smoke, yeah. Soon collapse. Adair hears a shriek of pain. Adair can see, but this... Yeah, he had to pick. Retreat to the exit. Adair is rapidly losing strength with every passing moment. Survival becomes more unlikely. Keeping a firm hold on the unconscious woman, Adair returns to the exit. Adair clears the fallen beam with easy grace, avoiding the scattered embers and debris underfoot. The smoke clouds Adair's vision and makes it difficult to breathe, but Adair staggers onward. At last, Adair comes to the door, rushing out of the blaze and coming into the mountain air.
Katie, thank the gods you saved her.
Awesome. Feel good. I was sure that thing was coming down and taking your friend with it. At least you got Keddy out when you did. As for poor Lurgolder, his eyes widen as a section of the roof collapses. He looks away, shaking his head. You look like you could use a drink. Take this over to Haferix and have one on me.
Yes.
Made a difficult decision there. Ooh, a ring.
Yes.
Taina's house. Sorry, who do I have to see again? Yeah, Renegade. So far, I'm really liking White March. Even the just few minutes that I've, seen so far. Oh, what's this? Someone... Yep, cool. You see a middle-aged woman and a younger man locked in an argument. Both wear clothes streaked with blood and dirt. The young man turns to the woman, a fresh cut visible below his eye.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone.
Oh, we got a portrait for her. Does she join us? That's usually a dead giveaway that, you know, they join you. She holds up a hand, which is missing the final joint on her ring finger, but it's her voice, sharp and steely, that silences the young man. As he glowers at his toes, she turns to you with thick, dark circles under her eyes, and a smile pulled taut across her thin lips.
The deliverer of Cadnua. Thank you for making the journey. Abidan knows it's a long one. Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention.
He pulls a knife from his belt and an apple from his pocket and sets to work. There's a job that needs doing, that's what I'm here for.
Then far be it from me to waste your time with idle chatter. Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good.
Like, I'm keen for Baldur's Gate 3, don't get me wrong. And there's nothing wrong with the game itself or anything like that. It's just more or less like because of everything that's happening, I haven't really had a lot of time to think about other games to play. Like, other than Pillars, the only thing I really do around the house with, you know, the situation that's going on in Victoria is like, I look after my kid because I can't, like, most of the city is shut down, so I'm not having a lot of time at the computer. So although I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3, like, I don't know if I'll have time to play it when it comes out. So, but yeah, I am happy that it's coming out, and I played Divinity Original Sin 2, and I actually had a hard time getting into it. And I love the combat, and the story seemed pretty good. I don't know what really happened, but apparently that is a thing. Apparently, in Divinity 2, like, some people say, like, yeah, you have to try and get through the first 3 hours or so, and then that's when the real good stuff begins. So at some point I might give it another crack, but it depends on time, really.
But it weren't always so. There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires.
Her eyes shine, and for an instant she looks like a much younger woman. How the mighty have fallen. What does this have to do with me?
The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart. But we need the White Forge.
I know of it.
Then you'll know that no one's felt as much as a summery breeze from the White Forge for over 200 years. I'm hoping you can do something about that.
Me? Work a forge? I've never done anything like that.
I'm not asking you to work the White Forge. I want you to find it. We've been trying to breach Durgan's battery for over a year now. Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door.
Why the sudden interest in White Forge?
We're an old mining town. Or we were until the Adirans pulled out and left us with a half-dug mine shaft and something resembling an inn.
She thumps the sturdy wooden wall with her fist.
Since then, it's been a steady decline. You've seen the roads. Isn't much we can produce that the Valians can't ship cheaper. But the White Forge... well, if we could fire it up again and start producing Durgan steel, or something close to it, wouldn't matter if we're in the White March or the Living Lands. Business would come.
The young man says nothing, but he tosses a sliver of the apple peel into the fireplace. Tell me about the other expeditions.
A dozen different groups have come through at our request, and several more besides. Been hoping that one of them could clear the way through Durgan's battery. But young or old, green or seasoned, it don't seem to matter. They cast their spells, chisel at the door, and search the grounds until they've worn new treads into the old stone. The lucky ones eventually go home. Plenty more find themselves on the wrong side of a blizzard, or an ogre raiding party. That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan Steel could put Stalwart on the map again, open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
I like the hook for this particular adventure. Like, it really, like, in the matter of like a few minutes, like when did we start doing White March? Like 15 minutes ago, and already I'm like, yep, I get everything, why I'm here. I get why they've contacted me. Ow. I get why they've contacted me. The characters seem pretty cool so far. Good entrance. It's all good. Why is Durgan steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
In her enthusiasm, Renengild shifts on the balls of her feet. She props one... Kiki's come in the house. She props one bent arm on the other, pointing distractedly towards the eaves of her house. If you had a suit of armor made out of that, I bet people'd get tired of trying to stab you after a while and just give up.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
How is it no one's gotten into Durgan's battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility?
She ticks the items off on her fingers.
It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense. But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
Renengild trails off, and for a moment the room is silent but for the popping and crackling of the fireplace. Yeah, I think sometimes there are problems with RPG dialogue that do seem just very much like it's in the writing biz. It's known as you know, Bob writing, where it's like, as you know, Bob, the so-and-so civil war happened 5 years ago. I don't know how our people could recover, sort of shit. And I think though with some games, because I've written a short story and I got it sent to an editor once. And one thing that she came back to me in my first draft was that she said, "You write like you DM." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you know, I've played your I've been in your in one of your games, and I know that you do really good like telling of the players what they need to know. You know, you tell them like what's in the room, what the people look like. You have all this like stuff set out for you, but that doesn't work in a narrative." Because, like, you don't want to bombard the reader or the player in this instance with a whole bunch of information that's just going to roll off them like water. And she says, you need to be more succinct, you need to do this and that. And it's arguable to say whether or not the same tactics that people use in, say, a novel or a short story is the same sort of stuff you could apply to a video game. I think there are instances where it's bad, but that's what I think. Why I'm commenting on it so far, because it feels really organic when she's like, "Oh, we have this problem with the White Forge. We need it open again." And it feels very organic because she's talking about how like we're just fishermen in this, but like our town is failing. We need to bring back the metal again.
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
Killed each other off, or so the old books say.
He glares at Renengild through hooded eyes.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them open the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place. Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
Shut the fuck up, Aldrich. I don't see why you need to White Forge to make good steel. That's kind of dumb to say. Tell me about the Pagrin dwarves.
Pargrin's a word in their language. Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
See, this is the thing as well, as you were talking about Sunded, is like, Sometimes if you say, tell me about the Pagaran people, and they're like, I don't know much about them. They're just dwarves. Like, that's a bit refreshing. Alright, any idea where I should begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north. A good hike away.
She jerks her head in the direction of the slope behind the house.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
Aldrich says it in a breezy tone, but Renengild falls suddenly silent, consternation hardening the lines on her face. She smiles and draws her knife. He smiles and draws his knife across the apple again.
So it is. Though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
She compresses her thin lips into a frown.
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
He looks over his shoulder at you and Renengild. And by Animancy's flimsy standards, that makes him an expert, does it? He folds his arms.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
She crosses her arms and crumples the page in one tightening fist. Seems odd that he lives out in the wilderness by himself.
Not doing much worse than any of us.
Aldrich speaks to you, but his eyes are fixed on the Renengild in sullen mischief.
Huh. He wore out his welcome and stalwart. He's better off with ogres and Lagufoth as his neighbors now.
What happened with Garvino?
Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant Academies. I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot.
I see.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all.
She raises a grey eyebrow at him. Aldrich shrugs and turns back to the fire.
Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales.
Tell me about the ogre camp.
Belongs to Flames That Whisper, Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
He pops an apple wedge into his mouth and chews it aggressively.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance, or the broken stockade.
She pinches the bridge of her nose, squinting.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
What does this matron have to do with anything? I'm gladly confront Baragon if it will help Stalwart. If you want me to kill some ogres, just say so. What does this have to do with anything?
The brawl outside was just the latest patch of trouble. The ogre clans are getting bolder, and we'll all sleep easier knowing they aren't circling our walls.
Hello, Kiki. Good to see you.
Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
She crosses her arms and looks over to Aldrich.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
If anyone could parley with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you. But they aren't known for their patience with prattle.
Got it.
Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest.
Grave.
Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafric and his patrons may be able to give you the lay of the land.
I don't know about you, but I'm parched all of a sudden. Leave. Excellent. Well, that was a good encounter. I probably will be going until 11:30, 11:45 tonight. On the nights that I tend to get off at 12, I've noticed
Yes.
that I
Hard
have
living
really
in a
messed up
place like
sleep.
this. It's a wonder anybody stayed at all.
Oh?
Been looking everywhere for you.
Don't see the harm. Building's thirsty work.
Oh, a lot more of the dialogue has, a lot more of the NPCs have dialogue, like, voiced. Tealdor. The man is sweating despite the cold. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a loud hacking cough. He bends forward, bracing his hands on his thighs as he heaves and gasps. After a lengthy duration, he raises a finger, still panting. At Hafric's fault, damn fool sent me to the other side of town, looking for you. At last he stands again. He wipes his dripping barrel with the back of his hand and then offers that hand to shake you in greeting. You know, keep that to yourself. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the captain of the militia around here. Really? Didn't see you during the ogre attack. See, I was guarding the Grave's Rest. Someone had to make sure those ogres didn't burn it down like they did Katie's house. Damn shame that. He frowns and shakes his head solemnly. I wanted to catch you before you went running off in the wilds. See, there's a few dangerous folk you might be on the lookout for. Plus, if you're heading out to Longwash Falls, I thought you might pick up a thermal pearl for me. You want me to find a thermal pearl for you? That's the thing. I've already found it. I just need someone else to go out and get it. Saw it in the hot springs near Longwatch Falls. Would have grabbed it myself, but that's when I looked around and saw the Lagofarth. Must have been 50 of them. Lagofarth. I wonder if that's fish people. I would have thought, but I started to wonder what the rest of Stalwart would do without me, so I ran. For the sake of the village, of course. What is a thermal pearl, anyway? They form in the hot springs, something to do with all the minerals in the water. It smell kind of funny, but they're full of minerals. They just have to crumble them into a pint. He grins and notices that you notice his gums are bleeding. What are you talking about? Just trying to keep my teeth as long as I can. This game and fish diet ain't easy on them anymore. Like I said, the pearls and the one... That's all I need to know. Stop by Thrish's house place before you leave town. It's next to the mines. Veteran hunter who knows the wilds better than anyone. You said there were some dangerous folk. We share our crazies. We have our share of crazies out here. Most of them aren't even from the village. Oh yes, I know about the barrel. That's what kind of really got me into thinking about playing White March. Is like I heard about how you find the two main companions, and I was like, what the fuck? Like their backstories and stuff. I was like, that's fucking amazing. So, latest groups I've heard of were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. Brutal. But Renengild set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me their heads of their leaders, and I'll give you the payment. Oh, we already have bounties at this stage of the game. That's pretty cool. I want you to know more about... Let's talk about something else. Farewell. I want to get on.
Oh?
Get on with it. Oh, hello. Another dude.
Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know. If I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Hayfrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenland liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again.
Aw.
As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
It reminds me of Farnham the Drunk from Diablo 1. Like, just this random drunk in the middle of the town being like, eh? It seems unreasonable seems reasonable to want to save it for a special occasion.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, be willing to help me out.
No. Oh, bravo. Subtle indeed.
Averick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
That, sir, is pitiful. Not interested.
Sure, all right. But if you happen to come across some, maybe you'll let me know?
Farewell, motherfucker. Not stealing alcohol for you. Yeah, I get your point. Is this Hayfrick? Oh yeah, this is the place I'm supposed to be going to. Was it Outer Worlds? The DLC just came out Anyone been playing that at all?
If they knew what was good for them, they'd be walking that fiery path instead of warming their hands at it.
Durance, no one asked for your opinion.
Owena! Go check on that Orlan. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
It's to a certain barrel. I'll find the barrel, don't worry.
Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
The dwarf surveys the crowd, his expression sober despite the half-empty flagon by his hand. He shakes his head and looks to you, remembering himself. Oh, no way, is the, Outer Worlds DLC got the exclusivity thing? I didn't know that. Oh, right, because that happened. I completely forgot about that. Oh. Because I have the Xbox Game Pass, so it's there. I have it there waiting for me, so I forgot about that whole thing. Fuck. Alright then. Fallen Order. Oh, Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah. Was it the dwarf? Yep, I said that.
But you must be looking for some refreshment, too, after the way you handled them ogres. Or perhaps a room. Say the word and I'll give that shifty little Orlan the boot.
Haravius looks at you with bared teeth. Say the word to me, and I'll give this drooling idiot a shredding so vigorous he won't know what hole does what anymore.
Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm thinking with the DLC for Outer Worlds, I might play it, and I might be prompted to go back and do my because I actually wrote like I would say like the script I did for Outer Worlds is like 75% done. It was just like I needed to write the main body and then the conclusion. But Witcher came out on Netflix, and then that just completely derailed the project. Yeah, I didn't know what to really think. Like, I saw Fallen Order, and I was like, wow, EA looks like it's actually making a good game. And I was like, oh, maybe. And then I kind of looked at my Steam library and all this other stuff that was going on. I was like, yeah, I'll probably have to just skip on that one.
Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
I could talk to him.
Don't hurt him or anything. I just want him to leave peacefully. Given your history, I thought I'd be clear on that point.
How the fuck do you know my history?
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
He did he? That shifty little crook never learns. I'll have it put away somewhere safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing. Here, for your honesty.
Okay, so apparently I need to find a certain barrel. Let's do it. I watched about 45 minutes of your review, Novum, and I meant to get back to it, but it just slipped my mind, unfortunately. I did like how you were Oh, he's a bit racist, isn't he? He's a bit racist to Orlans. Why does that Orlans cop all the racist shit in this game? Like, even there's an interaction between Adair and Haravius that's like,
Yes.
he's like, hey, you're not so bad for an Orlan, you know? And he's like, what the fuck does that mean? Ooh, fishery. Yeah, I guess so. I love how Adair
Fresh fish! Freshly caught! Effigy's eyes! It looks at me! Ah!
A dozen pair of globular eyes stare up piteously from the discarded heads of the day's catch, awash in a pungent sea of fins and innards. Sift through the fish scraps. Your hands run up against something round and fleshy, the size of a melon. It is smooth and scaleless and seems parts seem to be covered in hair. A discarded head perhaps, but not that of a fish. Poke at the head. The head shifts deeper into the barrel's slimy recesses. Pull out the head. With one hand on either side, you begin to lift it out of the barrel, only to have it leap from your grasp as the head's owner springs over the lip of the barrel in an eruption of fish chunks that rain down over the market stall. Here we go. Sorry. The man who leapt from the barrel stands facing you, nearly naked save for a loincloth and drizzled in fish viscera. He is covered head to toe in scars, tears and punctures, and the thorny imprints of lashings. Most are faded like old memories. Despite that, the condition of the man's body is remarkable. The drooping skin at his flanks and elbows are the only evidence of his advanced age. His face is placid, but the rest of him appears prepared for anything.
You must forgive Zawa. I was not expecting you.
He looks at you in the eye at first, but his gaze drifts now and then, settling on strange parts of your face as though distracted by new discoveries. If he is at all flustered, he gives no indication. What were you doing in that barrel? Zahiwa scratches behind his ear, dismayed.
Resting my eyes, I thought. Waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me inside.
He shakes his head.
It would seem I dozed. A good thing my master was not alive to see it.
Zawa blinks, leaning in to get a better look at you. His enlarged pupils seem to crowd his pale irises.
Are you real?
There is no way to be certain. Yes.
Of course. I meant no offense. But I find it is best to ask when Malkachoa is involved.
Malkachoa?
A small white mushroom. I have heard it called snowcap in these lands. It can reveal the true nature of many things.
You have a master, you said? The man traces your inadvertent gazes at his scars. He smiles politely.
A teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any of us.
There's that dickhead that comes by every night. I still don't understand why you were in that barrel.
I was freeing myself from vanity.
Did he say sanity or vanity?
Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish?
Hard to argue. Scars are probably just as effective.
I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far.
He smiles at a woman whose head is swiveled towards him as she passes by. A look of revulsion on her face. Distracted, her toe catches on a stone and she nearly falls on her face. He claps his hands together.
Yes, quite pleased.
Those scars are from battle? Zoa glances down at his body.
From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies.
He points at various patches of crisscrossing scars.
These were struck against fear. These against pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these...
He points to his face.
These were for vanity.
You made those scars?
I cannot take credit for all of them, but I did most of the good ones.
His mouth perks.
I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real and what is not.
Huh.
Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear. When we see them for what they are, we become unstoppable.
I like this guy. And you have achieved this?
I feel I have been close, but never for more than an instant. In the moment when the pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone.
Your wounds must have caused you to suffer greatly.
Of course. I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it.
it's a weird it's a weird form of philosophy, because that's kind of like suffering is a major component of like Buddhist philosophy, but he's saying it in a way of you need to suffer to become free of it. So it's a very interesting take on it.
I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither. But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements.
He clenches his fist in illustration.
Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us. Their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
Do you often smear yourself with fish? Yeah, like escaping the Samsara. What's that exactly? Samsara sounds familiar, but I think I might be remembering something differently. Do you often smear yourself with fish?
Gods, no. What a way to travel the world. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides.
He sniffs the air.
The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself.
You don't seem like you're from around here.
I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left. He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place.
Wheel of Suffering from Buddhism and Hinduism. Oh, okay. So that's maybe where they drew their inspiration from for this. But, yeah. Because I haven't dabbled too much in reading Buddhist philosophy, but I do know that, like... And also, it's a common link with Stoicism, is that you have to accept that suffering is an aspect of living. That's like one of the main components of both philosophies, is that suffering is a thing. But then from there, Buddhism goes, oh, there's ways of, you know, escaping it. And yeah, if you can escape it, you basically reach nirvana. You're right. You reach it, right? You kind of escape it and you deal with it. However, Stoicism is like, suffering is life. Fucking deal with it. Like, if you can't stand up to it, you have to try and, like, find ways to deal with it because it's inescapable. Yeah, I don't know. With PoE 3. I don't know. I mean, I love CRPGs and stuff, and I'm hoping that... I mean, I've seen some articles around, people saying, like, I'm a bit CRPG'd out, and, like, that sort of thing because of the resurgence of it. But, yeah, I'm hoping that there's another comeback for this. Yeah, suffering is a part of the human condition. And I think that's something that a lot of philosophies try to deal with, is that people suffer. That's inevitable. And some people deal with suffering in different ways, to the point where it's actually detrimental to how they treat it. Some people treat it with, like, you know, certain vices, so to speak. And that can actually worsen suffering, is what a lot of, not a lot, but some of the philosophies that I've read up on. So it's actually, you have to accept that suffering is a thing, and that, you know, you can't really escape it. That's good. Let's move on.
Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
Stalwart hired me as well.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage, and I promise no result. I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it.
An uneasy frown settles on his face, almost a wince.
And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zawa would know why.
If you seek the White Forge as well, I could use the help of an experienced warrior. Zahua's face tilts upwards, his eyes fixing on the sky. He remains motionless, entranced. At length, he blinks as if awakening and looks back at you. He shrugs cheerfully.
If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current.
Yeah, I really like Zawa. He's good stuff. that sort of saying is like reminds me of like a kind of like a Zen koan. It's good stuff.
We are here together in this moment because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue?
It looks at you squarely in the eyes, and for once they do not drift.
I will walk with you so long as the gods wish it so.
Let's be on our way. Ooh, alright, who am I going to kick out? You're gonna lose it. Who am I gonna kick out? Well, alright. Novum, I'm calling upon your expertise here. Could Zawa replace Eder in terms of a tank? I will wait with bated breath. I will also take a sip. But what was it? So as a monk, Sir Eder would probably be the best to put out. Alright.
See you when I see you.
Too predictable.
Too predictable.
Hmm?
Yeah, but I need her to unlock to get her quest sorted. Oh, he has nothing. I don't even know how to use my... What's their thing? Wounds. How the fuck do monks work? I'm just having a read of them now. So, peasant. Hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, unarmed. Cool, so he has that focus already. 2-weapon style. Wow, oh. Lowers the monk's wound threshold, allowing him to gain wounds at a faster rate. Wow, this guy seems pretty well... Oh! That's pretty cool. So that he is kind of like a tank character. Because having a class that relies on being attacked is perfect for like someone who is the damage taker. Well,
I
tanks
hope this goes better.
Certainly.
But I feel I'm gonna have to grab all the crap off of Eder before I move forward. So let's go to the inn. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of delving into philosophical stuff recently. Like I have a book here. Actually, can I see it? If I'll make sure I can see it in the because if I look to the YouTube thing, it's like 4 seconds behind. So there we go. Yeah, people see it. Now I just go back to YouTube and go back to the game. Excellent. Yeah, I got that book a couple days ago. Been reading it a bit, and yeah, it's pretty good. I like Albert Camus. What class in DD or RPG have you yet to play? I find myself playing the tanky fighter or leader buffs in RPGs. So for the longest time, I mainly played. What the hell? There we go. I mainly played Paladin. That was like my main thing for any RPG. When I played World of Warcraft, Paladin. When I did Baldur's Gate, Paladin. Icewind Dale, well, you make 6 characters, but Paladin was my main dude.
Ooh, still can't feel my fingers.
Who is that? Fiera. Whoa, the dude throwing knives and shit. Let's talk to this guy.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? Top quality bear pelt?
Yep. Okay, so what I was saying before. Yeah, mainly Paladins. I read The Stranger, but I gotta read more of Camus. Yeah, apparently The Stranger is like the main thick book of his you need to read if you get into Camus. But I felt that the plague was relevant, so... And I don't want to turn this into a book reading podcast, but there's a good bit on one of the pages that's very relevant to what's happening with the world and pandemic right now, so I think it was a good choice. But yes, trying to get back to before. So I played Paladin for a very long time, pretty much in every RPG I played, until I hit a few of them, where I started going rogue, like any rogue class. And even for this game, in this game, I played Paladin in my first run. I got up to like Gilded Vale, and I was like, this is boring. I don't like playing Paladin. So I re-rolled, and I'm like, let's try a rogue. And I freaking loved playing a rogue in this game. And then I just stuck with it and completed the game. And that particular rogue went on to Pillars of Eternity 2 and completed the game through that. And that's when I did my Pillars of Eternity 2 video. Yeah. And I'm starting to experiment a bit more now. Like, as you can see here, I've got a Cypher. Well, would be a caster in some cases.
Very well.
Alright, let's get the stuff that Adair had. Whoop, that was a mistake. Scales of the Raven, huh? That's cool. Just put that away. Oh, take those. Constitution. Key can keep that. Constitution. Yeah. Helmet looks so dumb. Anyway, I'll take it. Now swap.
Back to warm your hands, eh?
Yeah,
Top quality bear pelt.
See you when I see you.
It just sounds so hurt when you swap him out of the party. It's like, see you when I see you. It's like, don't make me feel bad about this, Adair. Seriously. What have people been talking about? Alchemist Magus. Yeah, Chanter is a very interesting class. I think that's one thing I love about the Pillars game is that they haven't directly copy-pasted like the RPG like core mechanics. Well, they have, but like they've reinvented them and added a few new different things. So you can chant your okay. Yeah, I've yet to play Pathfinder Kingmaker as well. A friend of mine recommended it to me. What? Let's do a bit of stealth. See, this is the thing I was trying to mention before. Apparently in White March they added all these things here, the cross-class abilities. I don't know what to pick here. Maybe a spell would be cool. Veteran's Recovery does sound really cool. 5 endurance every 3 seconds for a total of 3 seconds. For a total of 56 seconds. That does sound pretty cool. I think I'm going to go for a bonus 4th level spell for him. Oh, Grieving Mother. How are we doing? Stealth rank up. Ooh, what spells are we going to give you? Pain Link? I remember Pain Link in number 2 was pretty shit. I didn't like it. I do need more people to paralyze, so let's do that. Brutal Backlash. Modify Psychic Backlash, stun for more. That's good. Do that. Alright then. Actually, do need to rest. A couple of my party members are a little bit drained.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Did anyone ever play WildStar when it was big? Oh, finally! The morning is cold and silent. You are upon the plateau of the birthing bell, and there is no sound, no wind. The sky is a smooth, mortared grey. The forest beneath the plateau, nothing more than a jagged black silhouette. Even the rock, the Adra around you, it feels colder. The sun's warmth bled from it. Against the cold backdrop of the sky, you see the great birthing bell hanging from its arch of Adra. Its surface is tarnished, and the shadows inside the bell are dark still. It seems to press down upon you, or simply, sadly, watching as if standing above a grave formed from the table of the plateau and the remains of the mother's womb that now covers its surface. And there is something heavy in your hands. It breathes, gurgling, slick and wet. Yet that is all it is. You find yourself filled with fear. You don't want to look at what you are holding. You don't want to touch it with your mind, and it is all you can do not to cast it from you. Examine what lies in your hand. The mass beneath you is before you is vacant. Flesh in the shape of a newborn, bubbles of saliva bunch at its mouth, expelled by its steady, gurgling breath, its arms and legs, head lolling limp. No thought, no struggle, no desire to cry in protest or pain. There is nothing from within. There is an absence in your hands. Your hands tremble, shake, and the silence is broken as the chimes on your wrist echo with the trembling. And the chimes do not echo in the thoughts of the mass in your hands. There is no soul within to hear it. Reach out with your thoughts. The only emotions blanketing the plateau are the pain of the mother. The child breathes, its heart beats, but it makes no cry. The child feels light, empty. There is no joy in it, no fear, no thoughts at all. Yet, in the hollows inside it, it breathes, a thing of habit, not life. You cannot move, your trembling has subsided, and the birthing chimes on your wrists are as still as the child. The mother is crying, eager to see, begging to see the child. You feel the sudden spike of fear, of being hunted. If you give the child to the mother, you will be blamed, and her anguish and rage shall fall upon you. She will not spare you or anyone you love, of this you are certain. And you did not cause this. You don't think you caused it. And the mother begs, her arms outstretched. Hand her the child. The chimes sound once more as you give the child to its mother, and as the chime fades, there is the eager gleam, the welling joy, the questioning, and you draw upon it deeply, letting the hope stream into her eyes, letting her ears fill with the cries that you have heard countless times past from children on the bell. You hear the laughter of the mother's voice in strings of tears that run down her face, and with the practiced motion you weave a life that will never be into her eyes and thoughts. She will care for the child as if it were whole until you set her free. She will care for it until you find a way to heal what has happened, until the reality cannot be dispelled anymore. And still, cradled beneath the weeping woman that birthed it, the child in her arms does not hear the cries of her mother, nor does not react. It is an empty thing that breathes and carries nothing within it. And the chimes of your wrists lie still. They are bound to you like chains, never to sound inside a newborn's mind ever again. So we had the second dream. I'm going to save it here because for my Pillars of Eternity video, one of the main things I'm focusing on is grieving mother. So I need to revisit this, record whatever she says from this, and be like, blah 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 blah, narrative blah 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 blah. So, alright. Sorry, I was focusing on that. So let's have a look. Never heard of Wild. I've never played it. Guild Wars 2, yeah. You make a good
Oh.
point. Like, compared to what happens in the characters in Pillars 1 and Pillars 2, one thing I'm going to point out in my breakdown is that in Pillars 1, you have characters that have very existential troubles. Like, I just finished Horavius' quest, and it's all stuff to do with, like, why have I been given this gift, you know? It's always about asking deep, like, why has this happened? Like, what do I have to do with this information? Well, let's look to Durance. His whole thing is like, my god isn't talking to me. Why? You know? Aloth, although he has his issues with his mum and dad, like, he deals with an awakening, he's like, why have I gotten this awakening? There's no... All the issues with the characters are existential. There's never anything like... I remembered Baldur's Gate 2, right? So I'll get moving.
Certainly.
Baldur's Gate 2, there's a character called Cerned, and if you have him in the party, and he bumps into someone in the street, someone goes, hey, by the way, your wife had a kid when you left, because he went off to become a druid and, like, left his family, which seems pretty shit to me, but anyway, he's like, oh my god, I gotta check in on...
When did Durance get bird legs?
What? Oh, Zelda. You are a treasure. Yes, what I was saying. Yeah, so, Cerned. He finds out he may have had a child to the wife that he left to become a druid, and he's like, oh, I'll go check my old family home. You go there, and, like, the caretaker there goes, oh no, get out of here, you're a bastard, and everything. Is like, well, fair enough. And she goes, oh yeah, your wife moved to some noble house and gave birth there to the child. And he's like, well, we gotta go over there. And you go over there and you find out that the child is actually going to be used in some, like, lich sacrifice for someone to become a lich. And, like, the wife is, like, taken prisoner or some crap. And the story goes, like, you can either fight the lich or not fight the lich. And you either, like, not get the kid back, and, like, that's the end of it, and the Cern doesn't really seem too bothered. Or you do get the kid back, and he just gives the kid to the grove that he came from. I know, I'm going to save it for later. Because, actually, I have save it again. And I'll put the dialogue, I'll put the save thing in there. Man, I am parched. Grieving Mother dialogue, so that I can record it later. Because I do want to use it in my narrative breakdown. Yeah. So, as I just said, Cern's quest is like, he finds out he might have a kid, and he goes and finds out, oh yeah, he does have a kid, and then you fight a bad guy, and the bad guy either takes the kid and he loses the kid and doesn't really seem to be torn up about it, or he takes the kid and gives it to a bunch of other people and is like, yeah, raise my kid. In comparison to Horavius, like, it's so deep and so personal for Horavius. Like, you can talk to him and be like, dude, do you want to, like, kind of just accept that you are an Autumn Stalgar, or do you want to become the Autumn Stalgar? You know, there's all these really deep things the character has to wrestle with, and it's just, that's amazing in my opinion. Yeah, let's do the dialogue.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I saw a Hollowborn at the birthing bell. The grieving mother's head bows, and she raises her hands, cradling them, slowly so the chimes do not sound as she moves them. You feel a chill in the air, as if this vault of your mind is growing, too large for the thoughts within, and your breath is laced with a chill. To your horror, you hear the breathing, ragged, hacking, but strangely steady, and you see saliva bunching at the corners of her lips, becoming thick ropes of drool that cast themselves down her chin. There is the smell of blood in the air, new wet, and the salt, sharp tang in your mind. Coupled with this is the smell of sodden undergarments clawing at your senses. Grab her, shake her, take her shoulder, and try to steady her. Stepping forward, your hand falls on her shoulder, and then you feel her begin to fall, rigid as a falling stone. And you place your other hand on her shoulder to steady her. Throughout, there is this horrid, steady breathing. Her clothes are wet, and as if she is burning with a fever beneath her tangled hair and beneath her threadbare robes, as if she is giving birth. With a slow hissing intake of breath, her head rolls back on her shoulders, her eyes pressed tightly together like the lids of a newborn. Yet, past the lids, you can feel the piercing stare, vacant, cold, horrible. You sense nothing from her, not a thought, like the hollowborn you held in your memory. Which, of course, fits the game's themes, so it's fascinating. It's really contrasts conflicts of Period 2 are less severe, more grounded. There's no thematic resonance. Core narrative within the watcher's identity. You know, nothing. It's been... When did I make that Pillars video? Like, early this year? Or late last year? And ever since then, like we always come back to this discussion of, like, you know, the thematic stuff of Pillars 1 and 2 and, like, the agency that you have in each game. And I think when you say it like that, how it's really contrasts that the conflicts in PoE 2 are less severe, more grounded. There's no thematic resonance with the core narrative and the watcher's identity. I think that's a very good point. Like, Pillars of Eternity 2 is far more grounded. Yeah, and there is no thematic... I think you are onto something there. I think you've been saying the same thing forever since we started chatting on my video, but... It's almost like the characters were wrong characters of PoE's 2 story. It also highlights how all the sidekicks would better thematically resonate with the story's themes. I didn't get into much of the sidekicks. I did get the Valian Mage, that was in the Dark Cupboard, I think it's called. She accompanied me, I think. Was she a psychic or was she a companion? Yeah. I think what you said there before, Novum, about how really that oh yeah. Righto. Yeah. I get you now. Alright, let's get on with this. Sorry, I don't want to slow down. You know if you try and pull away now, she will vanish into herself and vanish from your thoughts, perhaps forever, and you have a terrible feeling of what connects you to will be cut. Facina, thank you. She is as helpless before as you as a child, and you search your thoughts for a way to coax her to... As a cipher, I have some unique dialogue. Okay. Imagine the cries of the newborn from the first memory when you met. Sound the birthing chimes in your mind. Ooh, this is tough. I don't know anything that happens to grieving mother with her story. I didn't do her story in the first game, so, or in the first playthrough. Ooh, sound the birthing chimes, or imagine the cries of the newborn. Sound the birthing chimes. She jerks slightly before you, then her head tilts and the steady breathing breaks, and she gives a racking cry.
I thought it was my doing. I thought that I had stilled it with my thoughts. The child. It was just a child. What was done with it?
I do not know. I think you helped give birth to the child and then gave it to the mother. It was a reverse of the previous memory. The child was born dead. You helped give birth to a hollowborn, yet you made the mother think otherwise. Her breathing is steady again, but there is a life in it where there was not one before, and her emotions are building in her, apprehension and confusion welling up. She seems afraid to do more than simply be aware the memory is there.
It was not the last hollowborn on the birthing bell, and never again did I hear a child's cry.
You have found a death within me, one that many women have borne within them. The words swirl with impulses and weight, spiraling around her, and you feel as if you are being dragged into it. I sought to serve women in need, and instead my hands ushered no new life. What happened next? I bear the responsibility for what happened next.
The first birth was the deepest, the saddest. Nothing I could do could find the child's spirit, guide it to him.
Yeah, I do get that feeling that grieving mother thought that she was responsible for the Hollowborn. Because, you know, from the beginning she says stuff like, oh, I was a watcher, you know, and people looked up to me. And this is one thing I'll be talking about her in the breakdown as well, is that, like, the title of a watcher has so much power in this world that people trust her, and she kind of abuses that trust, not willingly, but because she has so much responsibility in her community, that when she does this horrible thing, she feels twice as bad because, you know, she kind of betrayed people. You feel a strange absence between you, and as if your thoughts are being shared across a great distance. The thought bleeds out for a moment, then returns, sharp, near personal. I could not understand what had happened, what I might have done. I feared No, I could not dwell on that thought. The child was always there. Always a reminder of what had happened, a marker. I made her care for it. I made them all care for it, until I could find what had gone wrong. But the Hollowborn, it wasn't your doing, it happened elsewhere.
Little word of the outside world reached us. It was enough time for rage and pain and grief to guide hands. I feared what would happen to the children, what would happen to me. Every mother knows her womb may shed a stillborn, but these cold, soulless creatures, the parents wouldn't have understood, and fear of the unknown breeds violence.
What happened then?
I held their minds within mine. I shaped and guided them as long as I could. And with each passing day, each new birth, the strain grew. And the more I felt my control slipping, the more I focused my thoughts. Eventually, even I succumbed to the power of my own illusion. I'd woven the threads so tightly that I could no longer see through them.
And then one morning, I heard funeral bells tolling in the village. The sounds of wailing rose from the mists. A mother had died, her mind so focused on the care of her Hollowborn child that she neglected even to feed herself. And with that, the illusion broke. The townsfolk saw their Hollowborn the way they were, not the way I'd wished them to see. By the end of the day, they began to look at me differently too. I did not understand what had happened, but I knew enough to flee, and every suspicion that surfaced, every faded memory of what I'd done, I pressed it down, tucked it away. My skill had failed me, but I did what was necessary. I regret the mother's death, but how much worse would it have been if I had not acted? See, this is the thing. Again, perfect writing. Well, not perfect. Good writing. The player is in a position of, again, I'm gonna focus on this in the breakdown, moral ambivalence. It's not ambiguity, it's ambivalence, because you're kind of one of two ways. Ambiguous, you're like just completely like, what? Like, this doesn't make any sense. But ambivalence is like, I could swing either way. It's like, okay, I understand that you were protecting people, like the children for one, and you didn't want innocent lives to be taken, but you also manipulated a bunch of people, which led to someone dying. You know, like, there's no real true, like you did an absolute moral evil. Unless you consider manipulating a bunch of people and someone dying an absolute moral. But from her standpoint, she's like, no, I was trying to protect people and stuff, so... I don't think I can say I understand. Protecting innocent lives is worth any price. There were other ways. You could have sought outside aid for the children, or fled if you feared for yourself. Again, that's not really fair for her as well, because that's how she sees things. She's a cipher. That's her main response, is to use her abilities to shape her life in the world that she's in. You inflicted your will on the townspeople. That was wrong. Protecting innocent lives is worth any price. There were other ways.
The choices you speak of are not always clear in crisis. Not in that heartbeat when the first mother begged for her child and I had to decide what I would give her. How could I have known where that path would lead, or that there were others seeking the same answers? And even so, that hesitation would have cost a young life.
So that's a good point. She acted immediately, and she couldn't have known what would have happened from this. She probably thought it was a one-off. It was like, oh, no. Sorry. And she just, did her magic, and she was like, okay, yep, it's just a weird baby, don't worry about it. It's all good. But then it started happening more and more, and she was like, crap, what's happening? And she had to kind of maintain this immense illusion. The right thing is not always easy, and yet if we can redeem the lost children of the Deerwood, our struggle will be worth it. To rule another like that, even for mercy, is wrong. We must accept that there are some things we cannot control. I no longer wish for you to travel with me. I'm going for the top one. The right thing is not always easy, and if we can redeem the lost children... Yeah. Exactly, it's her slippery slope, you're right. Like, to me, this is why these side quests for these characters are so good. Like, I actually feel for these characters. Like, I understand why you did this, Grieving Mother. Like, you are a good person. You tried your best to actually solve the problem what was happening. You were scared, obviously, but you weren't malign. You weren't doing this because you, feared for your... Yeah, but she did fear for life, but that led later. I don't know, it's perfect. I'm not gonna delay. I'm gonna do this top one. The grieving mother's mind is silent and still for a few moments. She lets your words wash over her, seeping into the cracks of her own thoughts.
My actions only caused more misery. Worse, I took from an entire village, made them as empty and helpless as the children I sought to protect. But you feel it was right to hold and direct their minds, even knowing the cost?
You did not know the cost then. We must often plot our courses with imperfect knowledge.
A tapestry woven thread by thread, never seeing the pattern. So it is with the thoughts and dreams that move us, that shape our reality. Your words have soothed my mind, in ways I did not expect. I thank you, Watcher, for the gift of your sight, for using it to guide me out of the prison of my mind. Let us hope it can also free you from the illusions Theos has woven around you.
We did it. We guided her out of her existential crisis. Yep, quest completed. I think that's a good thing to leave off on. Don't you agree, everyone? Anyway. My throat is so parched. I have this water. Yeah, pretty happy with how that turned out, honestly. I'm glad, like, if I didn't go to White March, it would have been ages before I got her to crack and tell her about, well, maybe the next time I slept or whatever. But, yeah, I'm really happy that's happened. Yeah. I can't play any MMOs until I finish my, my writing. I'm gonna finish the novellas and seek out a publisher. That's the main goal of why I don't play any MMOs. Kiki hasn't been around tonight. I think she's with my wife in the next room, I think. Did hear her before though, she was pretty noisy. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming along and all that sort of stuff.
Certainly.
Oops, nope. Yeah, I've really enjoyed even just the few hour and a half or so of playing White March. And all I did was just kill a bunch of ogres and met the monk that's perpetually high. Yeah, other than that, it's been good. And we did Grieving Mother's quest, and that's all done. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this night's turned out. I don't have much else to say. No, I haven't made a Discord yet. The main thing that stopped me is just, like, it's a very small community. But if you want, what is it? I could just add you personally on Discord if you want. Until, like, the channel reaches higher. I did make one, and I advertised it many moons ago, and no one really joined it or anything, so I was like, I just cancelled it. So, if you want my personal Discord, I'm willing to hand that out to you, Sync. That's all good. Like Novum has it. We've often traded and stuff on there. That's the thing as well.
Ready.
Like, for my channel, because it's so small, like, I remember I had a comment once that was like, why do you release your videos so slowly? I'm sure you get one out a week. I'm like, haha, you don't know anything about my life. Yeah, go for it, Sync. My YouTube channel has a Discord, but no one wants to pay me $5 so they can get in. It's very sad.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do with the future of my channel. Like, the only thing I have going for me right now is just I'll make videos, and if something happens, it happens. I tried to get it going. I tried to pump out videos very regularly with the channel. It just didn't work. And then
something?
by the time that I was working full time and didn't have the time for it anymore, it was just kind of like, yeah, why bother, basically. It's only causing me undue stress. Look, they're all in a queue, and this guy's waiting as well.
Yeah?
At least you made it here in one piece. Fiora lost her wagon and crew. We should combine our strength. That would be pretty interesting. And we've often talked a lot about, like, collaborating on some things. It'd be interesting to, like, run like a, like, you know, like there's like the normal boots guys. They always did like the merged channels, like what's his name, Peanut Butter Gamer and Space Hamster. Was that his name? I think it's Space Hamster. Yeah, they combined. They had a Let's Play channel together and stuff like that. Yeah. Novum and I have talked about podcasts, and I've said after the lockdown ends here in Melbourne, I will look into it again, like doing a podcast of some kind. But again, I'm also just not really sure of what format I want to do for it, because inevitably, like, I'm not sure if I want to run one of those podcasts where it's like, hey guys, here's the gaming news for this week, and just prattle on about whatever. They're a dime a dozen, so nothing against people who do those. It's just not what I personally want to do, and I listen to them myself when I get time, but yeah, I know, right? If we collaborated to actually make a video, like, we would actually be able to, by our incompetence combined, we become competent. Alright. It's nearing... Yeah, I better call it quits. Save that there. I won't save over that one I had before.
Oh?
What do you mean stuff sounds boring anyway? Do you mean the gaming news stuff? Because, yeah, like... For me, lately, like, gaming news is just, like, one week, like, what's that? Another AAA company has done something bad? Why are we fucking surprised? Yeah. Oh, Spellbreak. Yeah. Actually, I actually backed that because I saw like a battle royale that was all about mages and shit, and I was like, fuck yes. And then I started playing, I'm like, there are no Australians on here. And I joined him, like, it's like just dead. Yeah, like you can actually like make like an ice bridge and you can skate across it and stuff. Yeah, you're right. Actually, in a game I used to play called, it was the one Epic Games had before they sold out and started making Fortnite. Why is the name escaping me right now? It was an MMO, not an MMO, and it's a MOBA they did. Paragon, that's it. Yeah, when they did Paragon, they actually had a character that was so that was like she had ice powers, and she did this thing where she was an assassin character basically. So she would like throw down like an ice bridge, and you can actually like carve it as she's going, so you can angle the mouse up, and she'll like go into like a ramp and like jump and then like be able to do abilities from on high. It was so good. I loved the idea of a 3D MOBA, and I was addicted to it. I played like hundreds of hours of that game when I was unemployed.
Oh?
Oh, the game launch did it. Okay. Maybe I'll give it a crack. I'll reinstall it on Epic and I'll give it a crack, eh? Yeah, actually, yeah, Novum, message me sometime this week. Or maybe, actually, yeah, States. So, maybe on next weekend we could give it a crack. Yeah. Well, as I said, I did play it, and I loved the idea of like mixing up, like picking up certain gauntlets for combining certain things, because it reminds me of Magicka. I loved Magicka, so yeah. Oh yeah, there's classes in it too, isn't there? Like you can, yeah. All right, yeah, definitely have to try it then. All right, that sounds like a good place to stop. Thanks again, everyone, for stopping by. It really is cool to have these. Just a few people stop by and ask questions and get into convos about stuff. Hopefully same time as always next week. And yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a break and we'll do some spell break or something. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Thanks everyone. And have a good night or day wherever you are.